You ever check your bank account mid-month and just feel it? That little drop in your stomach. You know the money's basically gone, you just don't know where. Yeah, that feeling is more common than you think. Right now, nearly 65% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And look, we're not talking about people who are struggling, people who are broke, people who made bad decisions. We're talking about everyone. People making $50K, $80K, even households pulling in over $150K a year, still running dry before the month is over. I was one of them. And honestly, the thing that finally changed it had nothing to do with making more money. Okay, so let me paint a picture for you. Bear with me here, because this is going to sound a little weird at first, but it'll make sense. Imagine you're 9 years old, and somehow your full-time job is just playing games at Chuck E. Cheese. Every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you're grinding skee-ball, smashing whack-a-mole, doing your thing. And at the end of every shift, they pay you in tickets. Now, as a kid, that feels amazing. You're rich. You've got a pile of tickets and you're already eyeing the prize counter. The stuffed animal, the plastic kazoo, the little bouncy ball that's definitely not worth 500 tickets, but you want it anyway. Here's the thing, though. That's exactly what most adults are doing with real money. We go to work, we collect our tickets, and then we spend every waking moment thinking about what to buy. And the worst part? The place that's paying you those tickets, they're making more off you than they're giving back. That's just how it works. You generate more value than your salary, and then somehow you turn around and hand that paycheck right back into the same system. Rent, subscriptions, food delivery at midnight because you're tired and it's right there on your phone. The machine just keeps spinning, and nobody tells you there's a door out. So 5 months ago, I was genuinely broke. Not in a dramatic way, not like selling furniture broke, just the quiet kind of broke where you hesitate before you commit to plans because you're doing math in your head that you don't want to admit you're doing. I got paid every month, covered my bills, wasn't doing anything crazy, but by like the 15th, 20th, gone. Every time without fail. And the most frustrating part? I genuinely could not tell you where it went. Like, I wasn't buying watches, I wasn't going on trips, it just disappeared. So I did something that felt almost embarrassingly simple. I started writing down every single thing I spent money on. Every single thing. Coffee? Written down. Uber? Written down. That random $8 charge from an app I downloaded in 2022 and haven't opened since? Oh yeah, that's written down too. 1 week in, I kind of wanted to throw up. The money wasn't going anywhere dramatic, it was leaking, like 100 tiny holes in a bucket I'd never once looked at. Each thing on its own, totally harmless. A few bucks here, a few there, but add it all up at the end of the month and it's not a few bucks anymore. It's the entire paycheck gone, and you've got nothing to show for it. And here's the thing nobody really says out loud. You cannot fix what you can't see. It's not about being bad with money, it's not laziness. The human brain literally isn't wired to track 100 small recurring purchases. We're just not built for it. And honestly, the system kind of counts on that. All right, so there's this book written in 1926, which is kind of wild, called The Richest Man in Babylon. And it lays out a principle so simple that when you first hear it, you almost laugh. Like, that's it? That's the advice? Pay yourself first. Before rent, before your phone bill, before groceries, streaming, any of it, you take a cut of your income and you put it somewhere you're not touching. Not because you have extra, you do it first and then you figure out the rest with what's left. The number they suggest is 10%, $1 for every 10 you earn. Now, I know what you're thinking, I can't afford to save anything. And look, I get it, I thought the same thing. But here's a number that kind of reframes it. The average American is currently saving about 4.4% of their income. That's the average, which means a huge chunk of people are saving nothing, zero, while simultaneously paying for multiple streaming services, daily Starbucks, and impulse purchases they've already forgotten about. You probably have the money, you just don't have the order of operations right. And the weird thing is, the moment you commit to paying yourself first, something shifts. You get a little creative with the rest. You find the subscription you forgot about. You make coffee at home 3 days a week instead of buying it. You adapt. Humans are honestly incredible at adapting when they have to. The question is just whether you give yourself a reason to. Okay, there's one more concept here, and I think it's the one that really ties everything together. It's called Parkinson's Law. And when you apply it to money, it basically says this: your expenses will always expand to fill whatever income you have. Which is why raises feel amazing for like 6 weeks. And then suddenly you've got a slightly nicer apartment, a few more subscriptions, a slightly more expensive version of your regular routine, and you're back to zero. Sometimes worse than zero. I watched this happen to me. I wasn't buying extravagant stuff, but every time I had a little more breathing room, I filled it with something. Without a system, more money just becomes a bigger hole to fall through. The only real fix? Make the savings decision before the money hits your account. Automate it, separate it, make it invisible to yourself. Because the version of you who has the money already sitting there will always find a reason to spend it. But the version of you who never sees it in the first place, that's the one who quietly builds something. So, here's exactly what I did, and honestly, it's not complicated. The second my paycheck hit, I moved out all the essentials first. Rent, utilities, groceries, anything non-negotiable. Gone, immediately. Psychologically, that money stopped existing. It wasn't a temptation anymore because it was already allocated. What was left, I split into 2 buckets. The first one I called Live. Guilt-free money. Go out, order food, buy the thing you want. No tracking, no guilt. This part matters because if you cut everything and leave yourself nothing, you'll blow the whole system in a moment of frustration. A limit is fine. Deprivation doesn't work. The second one I called Grow. Emergency fund, savings, eventually investing. And this bucket, locked. Didn't matter what came up that month. Sale, spontaneous plans, a bad week, that bucket didn't move. Month 1, $200 saved. That's it. Doesn't sound like much, but those were $200 that had literally been disappearing into thin air every single month before this. Month 2, $400 more, $600 total. Month 3, most of the leaks were plugged by now, $500 more, $1,100. Month 4, $800, $1,900. Month 5, another $800, almost $2,700, and my income didn't change once. Just the clarity did. And when you have clarity, you have control. It really is that straightforward. Now, here's where a lot of people stop. They save, feel proud of themselves, rightfully so, and just let it sit. And saving is absolutely better than not saving. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Leaving all your money parked in a regular savings account is actually the second worst thing you can do with it. Worst thing? Saving nothing. Second worst, letting inflation quietly eat it while you're not looking. Consumer prices right now are roughly 26% higher than they were in 2019, and your average bank savings account? Paying somewhere around 0.4% interest. Do that math and you'll see your money is losing real value every single year, even when the number on the screen stays the same or technically goes up a little. And here's the part that kind of stings when you really think about it. When your money just sits in a savings account, it's not actually sitting there. The bank is borrowing it from you. They turn around and invest it, grow it, and hand you 0.4% as a thank you. The wealth is being built, just not by you. This isn't a pitch to go do something risky. It's just start learning. High-yield savings accounts right now are offering 4 to 5% APY, 10 times the national average. Index funds, a side skill you can monetize. A small asset you can build. None of that is exotic. It's just the next level after you've nailed the basics. The richest man in Babylon has one line about investing I keep coming back to. Don't take financial advice from someone who doesn't have skin in the game. The guy who fixes bricks shouldn't be telling you where to put your gold. Find people who've actually built something and learn from them specifically. And look, one last thing on the whole get-rich conversation, because I know that's somewhere in the back of your mind. It's in mine too. The only shortcut that actually works is delivering real value to real people. That's it. You either solve a big problem for a few people, or you solve a small problem for a lot of people. Everything else, the coin that's about to explode, the 30-day passive income course, the thing that sounds too good to pass up, those are Chuck E. Cheese prizes. Flashy, cheap, gone. But a $500 pressure washer that you use to clean driveways for $150 a pop? Asset. A video editing skill you picked up free on YouTube that you now freelance with? Asset. A tracking habit that stops $300 a month from bleeding out of your life without you noticing? Absolutely an asset. The gap between broke and building wealth isn't income. Honestly, it's almost never income. There's Federal Reserve data showing that 20% of households earning $150,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. They've got the income, what they don't have is the system. You can start the system right now with exactly what you make today. Alright, so here's the whole thing simplified. 1. Recognize you're in the machine. That's step 1, and people skip it. 2. Track every cent for 1 full month, no exceptions. You need to see the leaks before you can fix them. 3. If you've got debt that's actively racking up interest, that comes first. You can't save your way out of a hole that's getting deeper every day. 4. The second you get paid, move your savings out first, then live on what's left. 5. Split the rest in 2. Half to spend freely, half to grow. Don't touch the grow bucket. 6. Repeat. Every month. Consistency is the whole game. I went from running out of money every month to having real savings in 5 months. Didn't make more money, didn't give up anything that actually mattered. I just finally learned to see where it was going. And once you can see it, you can control it. If something in this clicked for you, drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know where you're starting from. And if you want to go deeper on any of this, seriously pick up The Richest Man in Babylon. It's under 200 pages and it will quietly rearrange how you think about money. It did for me. See you in the next one.